Well, how y'all doing out there in Hobo Land? It's the Casinohobo coming to you live from the dog pound. I just had one of my favorite cats sitting over here, the Shedder. I call him the Shedder, the gray cat. Because when you pet him once, the hairs fly everywhere, man. They stick to your face. You're you're scratching your face an hour after the cat leaves. My favorite one is the black one. He was just sitting on the table here. Now he went under he's under the chair. Come here. When I do that, the dog comes. Graham, little dog, cute little dog. But I just got back about an hour ago from the horse track. I keep wanting to call it the dog track. The horses only run 6 months a year out of the track, and I ate you last week. I was down there. You earn 90 points. Put 90 points on your card, and you get to eat. You earn a steak dinner. And I went back tonight, and I went down there to eat it. I won about $80 while I was down there. But the steak dinner was surprisingly good. It was an 8-ounce filet mignon. You start out with a salad with I got blue cheese dressing with bacon bits on it and little cherry tomatoes. It was very tasty. Then they give you the baked potato, and you got 2 rolls with real butter, which I like real butter. The hobo, if anybody knows, the hobo likes fat. I like a lot of fat in my ice cream. And I don't care whether the president's wife likes it or not. That doesn't bother me. I'm going to tell you about this little story happened to me a little bit ago. But anyway, it was really tasty, and I got back, like I said, about 2.5 hours ago. But anyway, I was driving back, and I was going to stop at Walmart and get me some ice cream. Now, I love Walmart, but I hate Walmart. I hate Walmart because they don't want to pay anybody anything, but I love Walmart because it's got everything, and I get a pair of jeans there for $20, which I can get them at Old Navy too. That's where I buy my jeans anyway, Old Navy. But anyway, I'm driving back, and so I decided I'm going to. You got spared me eating ice cream tonight because it would have been milk by the time I got back 40 miles. 40 miles I had to drive back. It would have been nothing to it. I could have ate it on the way back, but I was still kind of full from the dinner, and I like to eat dessert 2 or 3 hours later. That's why buffets aren't that good, because it forces you to gulp down everything all in one sitting. But anyway, I'm driving back, and I'd listen to talk radio a lot of times. So I listen to music too, but I listen to talk radio tonight. And this was actually last Saturday. I was driving back. But tonight's little show on the thing reminded me of that, so I wanted to make a video talking about this. Driving back last week during the day, I listened to this guy, and I don't know if he was filling in for Savage or he has his own weekend show. But this guy, Savage Nation, he's a pig too. But they're all trying to catch this Rush Limbaugh because this guy just signed a contract, I heard, for $400 million. Dig this shit now. $400 million for 8 years. That's $50 million a year for 3 hours a day, I think Monday through Friday. I don't think he does the weekend deal, of bashing the president and anybody that's associated with the president or anybody that agrees with the president. And here's a guy that that I can ever heard of, and I don't listen to him that often, I shouldn't say, but I don't think he's ever agreed with the president for anything at all. Ever. Ever. Or anybody that's associated with the president. And nothing that he can do is right. But this guy Savage is worse, I think. Because I heard a comment. As I'm listening to this guy's radio show, here's a guy, now dig this. This is what he said on national radio. He calls the president's wife a fat ass bitch. Now he says he can say that because he doesn't care what people think and he's not politically correct. Well, I'm not politically correct, and I don't care what people think either. That's why I'm telling you that this guy is a stinking piece of shit of a pig. I mean, even if you don't like the president's wife, you don't disrespect by by saying something on those lines like that. Talking about how he can bounce a quarter off her fat ass. This is his words. Because they might be trying to implement some kind of regulations with the school meals, so that these kids aren't eating bags of Cheetos and pretzels and everything. And then talking about how he used to eat two Whoppers when he was a kid, never gained an ounce. Well, a lot of people are like that. And when I was a kid, I weighed a lot less too. How he had, his theory was you had an hour's worth of physical ed, or you went out and you played tennis or something like that, and you didn't gain any weight. Well, that's all bullshit. Where's this guy been? These are people that go to school, and I'm trying to keep myself calm, that have educations that cost lots of money to come out just as out the door and stupid as you can get. Not a drop of common sense. I wish I could remember what this guy's name was. Now, I think he's radio on the weekends. He's either filling in for Savage or he has his own weekend show. Savage has a commercial during this guy's show that says this, that you shouldn't have the right to vote or anything if you're getting welfare, if you're getting any kind of welfare, food stamps or anything. And these are people that make these fat ass salaries. Now they're trying to get more outrageous because they seem Rush Limbaugh is the top. They're like what they shoot to become. Especially after the guy signed a $400 million. This is $1 million a week. This is a guy that doesn't want any kind of regulations. He doesn't want a person making $10 an hour. He thinks we should be making $2.50 an hour, something like that, or 50 cents an hour. Maybe not even nothing an hour. There shouldn't be any kind of regulations on any kind of anything. The companies and shit should be able to just be allowed to do what they want. And that he's paying for everybody else that's not, getting anything, doesn't have a job or anything like that. He thinks that he's supporting everybody. His fat ass $400 million contract is, paying for everybody. Well, he's out of his stinking mind, this guy, this Limbaugh. So they're trying to get as outrageous as possible to catch up to this guy so that they can make the same amount of money. They think they have jobs. That's the thing that kills me. They think that that's a job. That 3 hours a day to bashing the president to make $1 million. That's $1 million a week. A week. That's $200,000 a day. A day. And these are people that despise the fact that people might be making $10 an hour if the president can get it to go through. These are, you talk about, these are real, these are pigs, man. These people they're not even human. They're not even human. They're disgusting pigs. How can you say that about the president's wife because she disagrees with something, that you want? Everybody is liberal with everything they want. Even gun owners are liberal. They think you should be able to go into a 7-Eleven and buy an M16 and not even sign your goddamn name. Just throw up the money on the counter and walk out. These people are outrageous. They're absolutely outrageous. This guy, for 20 minutes, making a fat-ass salary, talked about cigars, fancy cigars, and his flame-flowing lighter that he has that lights from two sides that hit the tip of the cigar to light it, and his fancy-ass wrapping paper, and wants to knock the government because we won't allow Cuban cigars to come into this country because this piece of shit of a pig. These people are not even, pigs is too good of a word. I just don't want to get too crazy for these people. Because the government won't allow this guy to have his fancy-ass Cuban cigars coming in the country. He talked about the wrapper on a cigar, and he talked about cigars and his fancy flame-flowing lighter for 20 minutes. And this guy's making this huge salary. And this was a break, actually, from bashing the president and the president's wife. Because this guy ranted about the president's wife being fat for 20 minutes, the same amount of time as he talked about the cigar. This guy's a dog. The dog is the dog's 100 times better than him. There's 2 dogs in this house. I love them. I don't love them. I like them. It's not that I love it. I don't love a whole lot of stuff. But This guy is a real, just disgusting. And that's all I got to say. And I gotta end the thing before I get too crazy with this guy. I mean, I couldn't even believe what my ears were hearing. You know, and they're trying to get as outrageous as they possibly can to catch up with Limbaugh's fat ass. Here's a guy that just a few years ago was an OxyContin junkie, had his maid, the housekeeper, getting his drugs, and on his radio show while he was high was bashing drug addicts. The hypocrisy, and then they want to talk about hypocrites. I mean, the guy with the Judeo, I can't stand the Judeos thing, and it's coming from people that's been married 3 and 4 times, and I love my mother to death, although she's been married 5 times. I love you, Ma. You know, but no matter what, I love you. But you can't criticize people with, you know, any kind of relationships or anything. You have no room to talk when you've been married 3 or 4 times. Once you've been married that many times, you need to start taking a look at yourself. That's what you need to do, because it's a good possibility that the fault lies within. And if not, the fault still lies within by the choices that you're making of men. If you keep repeating the same thing, like they said, if you keep repeating, like me, like nuts, if you keep repeating the same thing over and over and over again, expecting different results, that's the definition of insanity. And if you keep choosing the same type of guy, then that's what happens. But anyway, to get back to this Limbaugh, the guy's been married 3 or 4 times. I don't want this guy telling me nothing about nothing. Absolutely nothing. I don't want him to tell me about anything. I don't want him to, you know, I'm happy, proud of the guy that he gave up drugs, but don't be telling me it. Don't give me any advice, okay? Save your bullshit for the people that listen to that. That's the 3 million book buyers you got, and your loyal following. The reason they pay him all that is because they can charge all this money for the commercials during this guy. Look at this, 12 minutes and something, because I got stuck on this bullshit with this guy coming back. This is the kind of stuff that really, really pisses the hobo off. Shit just like this. But anyway, I'm out of here. This is way too long for me, 12 minutes. But I can't stand it. I mean, pigs are just too... I can't think of enough words.